Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So with Spider-Man No Way Home being around 3 months away from release, I thought now would be a really good time to create the top 10 scenes that need to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. So let's get into it. Now this first one was going to be my number 10. However, it has been basically confirmed that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are both coming back as Spider-Man. I needed to mention this as some of the other things I want to see in No Way Home are with the mindset that these characters are going to be in the film. With Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, and the Green Goblin, and maybe the Lizard all returning from Andrew and Tobey's universe, they have to make an appearance as well. I've seen the leaked photos which do confirm it, and some of the cast have let it slip that they will be in the movie. Now this list isn't what I expect to be in the film, but are the scenes that I want to see in the film. So don't think that I expect these crazy things to actually happen. Number 10. I want to see Sandman be a hero and not a villain. If this is the Sandman from Spider-Man 3, which I think it is, I want him to be a hero. At the end of Spider-Man 3, Peter Parker forgives him for accidentally killing his uncle, and we see him as a misunderstood person and not a villain. So I don't want to see that character arc being erased in this movie. We can see in the trailer that it does look like Sandman is in between Electro and Spider-Man, and so I'm hoping he is protecting Peter and not attacking him. Doc Ock, at the end of Spider-Man 2, did help save the day, but I don't think he was fully redeemed in the way Sandman was. Number 9 is that I want to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man swinging around New York, like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. We got a glimpse of it at the end of Far From Home, which was actually my favourite scene from that film, as it was the first time we saw Holland's Spider-Man swinging properly around New York. So I want to see more of those scenes, as they absolutely nailed the swinging in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And so if this film can have that too, I really think it can elevate the film. Number 8 is branching off of number 9, and that is I want to see Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield all swinging around the city together. It would be such a cool moment, and they can use all their different swinging styles. I've seen some people edit them swinging together through the city, and it looks so good, so I hope we can see this in the movie. Number 7 is that I want the whole world to remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now we do see that the spell went wrong, but that doesn't mean they won't try to do it again. I think it would be really refreshing to see the whole world know who Spider-Man is. It would also mean the end credits of Far From Home mean something more than just the next film. I want it to have some long-term effects for the character. Number 6 is that I want to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man not rely so heavily on the Stark technology. I don't want to see him use the Iron Spider suit for much of the film, as it is quite an overpowered suit. We know that he doesn't need to rely on Stark tech, because we saw him take down Vulture without it, but I feel like he needs to show that off a bit more in this movie, especially when Maguire's and Garfield's suits both do not have any tech in them. Number 5 is that I want to see more about Peter Parker's past. I want to see his struggles of losing Uncle Ben, and how Aunt May had to look after Peter on her own. We know nothing about Uncle Ben or his parents, or how Peter was before his powers. The thing I love about the other two Spider-Men is that we see Peter before his powers, which allows us to relate to him. Whereas with this Peter, all we have ever known is him with powers. I still love this version of the character. I just think it would be nice to see him before his powers and how he had to struggle with the loss of Uncle Ben, and how it inspired him to become Spider-Man. Number 4 is that when all 3 Spider-Men are fighting the villains, I want to see them work together, like how we saw the Avengers working together in Avengers 1. It would be awesome to see Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland working together to take down Doc Ock. And I also want to see the 2 more experienced Spider-Men teaching Tom Holland's Spider-Man a couple of moves and then seeing it pay off in the final battle. Number 3 for me is a must, and that is we need to hear all 3 themes being used in this film. Whether they be individually used when each Spider-Man is on screen, or if they are combined somehow in a really epic way when all 3 Spider-Men are fighting together. I just need to hear Danny Elfman's and Hans Zimmer's Spider-Man themes being used when we see them. If you've been on the channel before, then you know that I love scores for films, and I think they can be the difference between a good movie and a great movie. Number 2 is that at the end of the film, I want to see Tom Holland creating a suit that merges all 3 Spider-Man suits together, like how the Spider-Man PS4 game did it. I think it would be so emotional to see Tom's Spider-Man creating a suit with elements of his friend's suits, like the front Spider-Man logo of Andrew Garfield's and the back logo of Tobey's. It would go down as the best Spider-Man suit ever, in my opinion. Number 1 is that before Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man goes, or maybe even dies, he tells Tom Holland's Spider-Man that with great power comes great responsibility. It'd be handing the torch over and leaving a powerful message that will inspire Holland's Spider-Man for the rest of his Spider-Man story. It has to happen, in my opinion. Using all Spider-Man themes and that line being said to Peter has to both happen. And in all honesty, I will be very disappointed if they aren't in the film. So those are my top 10 scenes that I think should be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Make sure to let me know what you think needs to be in Spider-Man No Way Home in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon. So until then, have a great day. Bye.